Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back here again with my melts. So the things that I melted this week, so as I've done the last couple of weeks, I've got my empties or my finished melts, and then the firsts, so the things that I started for the first time this week, or just new blending combos. There is a bit here this week. I had a few extra days at home because I was sick this week. So there was a bit of extra melting there, but I also feel like I'm just getting finished a lot. Like this week, the weather was very up and down in terms of it was a bit summery. It was a bit, there was a couple of days that really felt quite autumn-like. We're definitely heading into that sort of space at the moment. So, yeah, I felt like there was a few things that I started and also a few summery things that I finished. So just, one of those kind of transitional weeks, I guess. And me kicking the thing again. So let's do the first first. So the first thing I have here, 2 cents I've melted before but not together. So from Scoopable I did Carbs, which is Dunk My Donut, Royal Sugar Cookie and Fresh Baked Bread. And I blended it with Michelle's Berry Madness. So that's berry creme brulee, raspberry sauce and strawberry shortcake. I was hoping, because Carbs is quite a dense, quite intense sort of bakery scent. I was hoping it would hold up quite well against this one, because this Berry Madness scent is a very intense kind of berry. And as it was melting down, it did, and it smelled really good. I could smell the carbs, I could smell the berry. But when it all melted down, I really couldn't smell the carbs anymore. The carbs got very lost. They did about 50-50, but really all I could smell was the Berry Madness. So, which wasn't terrible. Although there is a slightly off smell coming off that at the moment for me tonight. I don't know why. But like, I enjoy the berry creme brulee scent quite a lot. And I think the raspberry sauce is pretty good too. But yeah, I really wanted to get like a nice heavy kind of bakery scent with it. And I think I would need to put more carbs in it for that. So I would probably try that combo again. It threw pretty well just as is. Just dropping stuff. But yeah, that ratio didn't quite work for what I was looking for. For the first time, melted vintage from Teddy Bees. So this is cypress, fir needles, plum, fig leaves, cinnamon, cedar, and a hint of smouldering woods. This one was really interesting. At first, I liked it. I did like it. At first, I found that the hint of cinnamon, I think, is really interesting, and I wasn't quite sure how I felt about it. Like sometimes I think cinnamony woodsy blends don't tend to work for me. But this one I liked. Like the cedar and the cypress, it's got really nice woody tones. Like the cinnamon and the woods, it kind of made me think it was going in like a Christmassy kind of orange and cinnamon direction, but it wasn't. And I think that was just confusing my nose a bit. But as this one settled, I felt the cinnamon settled a little bit, and I probably enjoyed it the longer it went. And that smouldering woods note, I think Teddy Bees has used like a smouldering woods tone in a few blends. I really like it. So yeah, I liked it. I wouldn't say that this is like an absolute favourite woodsy scent, but it is a very different one for me. And this was my first smoky melting of the year, and I really enjoyed it. I had a few other smoky scents going as well, and I was really into it. Like, I sort of get, at the end of every summer, I always sort of into the start of autumn, at first I'll sort of feel like, oh, I just, I want to keep melting the fruity scents. I just don't know when my brain will switch into autumn mode. And then I'll have an afternoon where the weather fits and I'll melt a few, and then all of a sudden my brain just goes, whoop, I'm back in the smokies and the woody scents and all of that good stuff. So it was definitely that afternoon. That said, I don't think I'm quite ready to leave all of the summery stuff. I am hoping maybe we get a few warmer days in the next few weeks. Often we do around Easter, but it's hard to say. Anyway, White Woods and Bonfires from Teddy Bees. So vintage threw very strongly as well. I had it down in my lounge room and it was very, very strong. So the white oak, cashmere, softwoods, vanilla, and bonfire bliss. I very much enjoyed this. I like bonfire bliss. Yeah, it's funny, on cold, it really doesn't give much away. I feel like you get a really kind of soft, slightly vanilla-like cashmere, and that's all. But when this one melted, it was really pretty. It was really nice for the bedroom because it had the pretty kind of smokiness of bonfire bliss. Yeah, it was kind of cozy, borderline soapy, but not. Like, I'm not really a big fan of soapy scents, so I wouldn't say this was soapy, but it almost got there, you know. Yeah, I really like this. It's not overly woody. It just kind of gave me pretty smoky vibes. So, yeah, it was really nice in the bedroom. Sort of medium to high throw, so it wasn't, like, super strong. I do have another souffle of this. I bought 2. And I'm glad I did. Again, on cold smelling it, I'm like, it's hard to read, this one, but I know I really enjoyed it when I had it in the bedrooms. This one, I think I have melted it once before, but I grabbed it because, anyway. So Cabin in the Woods from Teddy Bees. So this one is Fir Needles, Smoked Woods, Marshmallow Fireside, Cedarwood, Sandalwood, and Minty Snow. Last time I melted this one, I think I melted it right towards the end of, like, the winter season, maybe even into spring. Was it poured? 19th of the 6th, yeah, so it would have been kind of spring by the time I got my hands on this and melted it. And I didn't love it. I think I was okay, but one, I don't think it had cured enough because I don't think it threw very well, and also just I don't think it was the right time of year for the scent. This time around, loved it. Like, again, it was the afternoon I was melting all those Teddy Bees smoky scents, so I was already kind of in the mood. But this one's beautifully, beautiful smokiness. You know, there's definitely a sweetness. I don't really get minty snow. I don't really smell mintiness, but there is a subtle freshness to it. So I think that's what the minty snow is about. But yeah, really, really love this time. I think I will enjoy melting this over the coming months. I only have half of the souffle. But yeah, enjoyed that a lot, and it threw pretty well. Tea Time Tarts Frankenweenie. So this one is Ciderland Cinnamon Donuts and Creamy Zucchini Bread. This was really nice. Really, really good. I'm really funny with Ciderland scents. I either love them or I don't, and I've got another one I'll talk about in a moment, which I didn't love. But this one was perfectly blended. The cinnamon donuts, it's just a touch of cinnamon. It's not really heavy cinnamon. To me, this is mostly Ciderland and zucchini bread. She has a really nice creamy zucchini bread. So I really enjoyed this. It threw medium. It could have thrown stronger. I melted it up here in my office. But it was good. It's definitely a type of blend I would get again. Alright, so the Ciderland scent that didn't work for me, and I was surprised about this one. Overlook Hotel from L3. So this one is Ciderland Toasty Marshmallows and Smoky Fireside. And I got this one, I think a few people love it, but in particular I know Lacey really enjoys this one. But this one, sometimes Ciderland scents smell soapy to me, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's specific oils or if it's just how it's blended. I think the other one I really experienced this with was a Super Tarts one. I think Alien. And I'm not even 100% sure if that's Ciderland or not, but I got this same weird apple soapy tone from that one as well. I actually had to change this one out. Like, I just couldn't. Yeah, I don't understand why my nose reads it the way that it does, but this smells. I don't get smoky fireside. I just get like apples and soap. Don't like it. So it was strong, but yeah, not for me, unfortunately. Empire Alchemy Cabin Vibes. So this one is Charred Pumpkin, Palo Santo, Rosewood, Ambergris, and Cedarwood. This one was really nice. Let me remind myself. Yeah, again, really lovely. Like, it smells smoky. The combination of woods and the charred pumpkin. Her charred pumpkin is fabulous, by the way. I will say this is not as good as my other favourite charred pumpkin scent from her, which is Headless Horseman, which I haven't got any Headless Horseman for this season. I didn't get any. But yeah, there's kind of a... I feel like I've got like remnant soapiness in my nose from smelling Overlook Hotel, but anyway. Yeah, this was it had a really pretty tinge, I think, from the rosewood. So it was a nice, smoky, woody scent with just a little bit of a twist. So I enjoyed it. Medium throw, I'd say, in the lounge room. Probably would do better in a smaller space. So yeah, that was that one. Not sure if it's a repurchase at this stage. Super Tarts Grandma's House. So this one is fresh baked apple pie, chestnuts roasting on an open fire, and creamy brown sugar. Yes, I did very much enjoy this. This is a very nice apple bakery. What I liked about it is that it's a warm, inviting apple bakery, but it's not overspiced. A lot of apple bakery, like apple pie bakery scents, are just so incredibly spicy that, like, cinnamons and nutmegs and all of that stuff, they get a little bit samey, and two, they're just not my favourite. But this one, like, it had warmth from the brown sugar and the chestnut, but yeah, so it made it different and it was good. So this is my kind of apple pie scent, I think. This one threw pretty well. I actually do think I would get this one again. I'll see how I go with the rest of this over the next couple of months, but yeah, that one was very enjoyable. Spider Silk. So I have had this one a very long time ago, but it was back when Empire Alchemy used to do experimentals in shot cups. So this one was probably a little bit different. I think she did say that she poured it a bit different this time. Because the experimentals were experimental. Oak Moss Darkwoods Black Tea Charred Marshmallow. So I remember I really do enjoy the black tea note that Empire Alchemy or oil or whatever that she uses. And in this one, it definitely just enhances the woodiness. Like, her black tea leans woody to me. And she tends to blend it with woody scents. Or at least, maybe I just gravitate to the black tea woody scents. Anyway. So I really enjoy it. It's definitely tea, but there's that deep woodiness, and the mossiness to it too is really lovely. Charred marshmallow, not strong, but maybe just lifts it a little bit from being like too heavy. So really nice. Very good throw. Possibly a repurchase. Banner and Lucky from Super Tarts. So this is cornbread, mac apple, vanilla ice cream, brown sugar, sweetened cereals, marshmallows, sugary milk. Loved this. I mean, Banner is a really good scent anyway, but it's always been a like, not a love, just because apple is a bit hit and miss for me. But I feel like maybe I do need to get some Banner for this season. I don't know, it could be a little bit too late for me already. Season hasn't even really, like, the autumn winter melting run has only just begun, and I'm already like, it's probably too late for me to buy stuff for it this year. Anyway, again, another one because it's not like a heavy spiced apple, and her cornbread is just amazing. Her cornbread is one of my favorite bakery oils. So and I think the Magically Delicious in there, or the Lucky, just adds like a bit of a sort of sweetness to it. So I really enjoyed this one. I would get that one again. I think I actually like this one better than Banner on its own. Not sure why, just do. Alien and Casper from Super Tarts. So this one is apple cider, vanilla bean, donuts, toasted marshmallows, cornbreads, and Mexican fried ice cream. So like I said, Alien on its own is one that I had problems with because it smelled soapy. Casper is one that I just barely could smell. I know Casper's a real favourite. So Casper is the toasted marshmallows, the cornbread, and the Mexican fried ice cream, and I just barely could smell it. So, but this combo worked. Whatever. I mean, I can smelling it now, I can smell this soapiness that really bugs me, but when it was melting, I couldn't. It was just a nice apple bakery. Like, I mean, because it's an apple cider, it has more of that cider like tone to it, but I just think that the cornbread, I don't know, because I love her cornbread so much. Pretty much you put her cornbread in anything, I'm gonna love it. So that's what I really enjoyed about this one. I think I liked the Banner. I melted Banner and Lucky at the same time, and I think I preferred that one. So that's probably the combo I would repurchase if they were on offer, or just create that combo myself. But this one was still pretty good, and it threw pretty well. This clamshell, so I have melted this one before, but this clam has sat there for a very long time. I was quite surprised when I pulled it out that this is an October 20 clam. Like, I didn't think I had much wax left from 2020, but here we go. So Grey's Anatomy is coffee, pecan pie, and vanilla ice cream. I really enjoy Grey's Anatomy. I think I prefer it blended with Fake and Bake for the extra bakery oomph, but yeah. And I did one morning of just coffee scents, which I haven't done forever. I used to do like once a week. I used to do like a morning of coffee melts, but I got really over it. I think because I can't drink coffee with caffeine anymore. Like, it just messes me up in a whole bunch of ways. And even decaf coffee I have some problems with, but I've started drinking decaf coffee again. But last year I wasn't at all. I wasn't drinking any of it. I was drinking dandelion tea. And I think just not drinking coffee, melting coffee, was just not appealing anymore. But maybe now in small doses I can start to bring it back a little bit. Anyway, bit of a tangent, but yes, do enjoy this one. Very surprised it has sat there that long. I think it may have been in that drawer. I have a drawer over there which has my why can't I think of the word, extras, Super Tarts extras. So because I have my main Super Tarts drawer, which is behind camera over there, which is like a big flat thing which has got all my clams that are in use, but I put when I buy backups of things, I tend to put them in another drawer over there. I probably need to go through that one over there because I feel like there is probably a few things in there that I just bought multiple clams of and I'm not melting through it the way I should. Anyway, enjoy this. If I finish it up and I'm still feeling it, I might buy some more of that one because I do like it, but I just haven't reached for it a super frequent amount. Okay, that's all of the first melts. So now I will do the empties. So empties, I've got a bunch of clamshell. I'll do the shot cup and the scoop first. So I did this shot cup from Super Tarts in Palo Santo Fire and Blue Sugar. Really, really nice. It is very similar to Hades, which I don't know if that one has a new name or not. That one is, I think, the Fireside or the Campfire and Blue Sugar. This one with the Palo Santo, like, it does make it a little bit different, but I wouldn't say drastically different. Although right now I'm smelling it, I can actually smell a lot of Palo, but I feel like when I was melting it, it didn't come through super strongly. I do have another clamshell of this because I do enjoy it. I think I may have even started melting the clamshell. I forgot that I had. It was when I was going through the Super Tarts drawer trying to pull stuff out that I found that, and I went, oh, I should finish that. Throw as well. Don't know if it's a repurchase. L3 Sandalwood and Black Amber. This I love. So pretty. And that's the thing, this week I did melt a few like really pretty sandalwood type scents, and I just love those types of scents. And this one in particular, it's very feminine, but I love the sandalwood in it. It just, yeah, I don't know. It's just so pretty. Just really just, it's probably too intense. Like, I wouldn't wear it as a perfume personally, but just as like a scent around the house every now and then. Love it. So possibly a repurchase, and that one does throw very strongly as well. So on the clamshells, so Super Tarts Phoenix. So this one is pineapple, whipped cream, and marshmallow. So this is a scent I love, but this clamshell has never thrown. I have had a clamshell in the past that did though, so I don't know what happened with this one, but every time I've melted this one, I've just gotten very light throat from it. But it's just an amazing sweet pineapple. Like, her pineapple oil is one of my favorites. The marshmallow in there just amps it. It's beautiful, a little bit creamy. Love it. But yeah, the throw just wasn't there. Puppy Paws from Super Tarts. So this one is iced lemonade, lollipops, and black cherry. Enjoy this one. I do always love the Mouse Ears blends. So that's the iced lemonade and the lollipops. Always super strong. The black cherry was really nice in here. It was not like super heavy black cherry. Like, this is still very much Mouse Ears, but just a little bit more cherry syrupy, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. It was good though. I don't know if it's my favourite Mouse Ears, but it is pretty good. I would probably get it again and like all of them, through really strongly. Lorelei from Super Tarts. So this one, another one that was October 20. Coffee, ice cream, cinnamon donuts. Not as much in love with this one. It has a really strong cinnamon donut scent, and I don't love the cinnamon donut scent. It doesn't really smell legit like cinnamon donuts to me. Like, I can tell that's what it's trying to be, but it's just not. So, yeah. I mean, I always love Super Tarts coffee. She just has the right sort of coffee scents for me. But this one is not a huge favourite. It does through very well, but not a repurchase. Blackberry and strawberry soda from Super Tarts. This one is blackberry and strawberry soda. This one is nice. It's just not anything that, like, grabs me. Like, smelling it here, it actually really reminds me of like a raspberry spider. So like ice cream in like raspberry soda. That's what it really smells like that to me right now. But I wouldn't say that it was all that creamy when you melt it. It's just fruity, you know, and slightly fizzy. So it was good, but nothing crazy. Medium high throw. Not something I would repurchase. I was gonna look up the difference between these two because I can't remember. They've both got one oil in them, which is the same. But then the rest of the blends was different. But then they did smell pretty same melting. So, Pumpkin Parcel scents Brianna McKenzie and Oscar Martinez. They've both got like an orange chili pepper oil in them, which I don't know if that's like available in the US. I haven't seen it used much. If it is a really nice oil. I see it. Australian vendors have it. So, and it really is. It's like it's very citrusy, but it's got chili. You can smell the chili. Yeah, I don't know what the difference is. I mostly can smell that oil. There is a difference. There is definitely a difference, but that oil is just so distinctive that, like, I melted these in different parts of the house and I could tell that they were different, but I couldn't tell you what was different about them. So I guess if you were purchasing and you were interested in that oil, you could get either of these, just whichever scent description sounds right to you. But yeah, that orange chili pepper oil or whatever it's called is very, yeah, if it's in a blend, you know it's there. It's a scent that smells like that with something else. Like whatever else is in it is just there in the background, basically. One of them threw better than the others as well. I think it was the Brianna McKenzie one. Yeah, but it was also, I think I did the Brianna one in my, sorry, I saw something on the wall. I did the Brianna McKenzie one in my kitchen, and I did the other one in my lounge room. And I think Pumpkin Parcel does not do great in my lounge room. Tends to do better in the kitchen for whatever reason. So, possibly would repurchase one of those because I do like that oil. Orange Dream from Pumpkin Parcel. So this one's a cotton candy orange creamsicle scent, I think. Yeah, it's very orange creamsicle-ish. I like the scent, but it doesn't very, very well. So, not a repurchase. And I'm knocking things over everywhere like I do every week. Alright, so the bags. So I have a few samples this week. I didn't do as many samples this week as I did last week, but I am still trying to dip into the sample boxes, you know, a bit because, like I said last week, I have a lot of summer samples and I just didn't melt them through the summer. So I did Beach Nights, Waffle Cone, and Cotton Candy from L3 Waxy Wonders. This one, look, it was mostly like Beach Nights and Cotton Candy. I often can't smell Waffle Cone. I don't know what it is about that oil. It just doesn't smell like much to me. So this, and her Beach Nights is very much like a slightly sweetened, altered salty sea air. It's very salty sea air heavy. So I liked that. The Cotton Candy was nice. It's probably not my favorite Beach Nights blend from her. I've got a Blackberry Mellow one, which is incredible. So yeah, this one was fine. It threw pretty well. It wouldn't be a repurchase though. Like, I just have other ones I like better. Get Toasted from L3. So this one is S'mores Espresso Bonfire Bliss. This one was not bad. Like, I do like the Bonfire Bliss. and it was nice with the espresso, and the s'mores was a nice touch. It was a bit of sweetness without being too much. But that said, I still am not like a huge lover of s'mores. So it was nice. It was kind of smoky. The espresso was not too heavy, so it was a nice combo. Didn't feel like something I must get again. And I think the throw was medium. I don't think it was the strongest of throwing scents. Watermelon and blackberry lemonade. So, blueberry lemonade. I don't remember this one melting. It doesn't smell like much here, and I don't remember it melting at all. I don't think it threw very well. I had it up here. I think I had it up here. Would have been one of the days that I was not working, so I probably didn't come up here very often, but I know I did a little bit. So L3, today's October 3rd, and Buttermilk Pie. Still just Buttermilk Pie is not working for me anymore. I really enjoyed Buttermilk Pie when it first came out. I can't even remember the ingredients. I know it's got creme brulee. You know, it always kind of had like a slightly burnt edge to it, which I enjoyed at first, but now it's really sickly and just over the top. And it's me. I know it's me. I know even when I first melted from this bag, I enjoyed it. Now I just don't. I have like a whole scoop of Buttermilk Pie, so that's kind of difficult. Yeah, I don't know. I love today's October 3rd, but even that couldn't salvage the Buttermilk Pie for me. So, yeah, not a repurchase. Vintage Chic Scents, but pineapple birthday cakes, the yellow submarines. This one's nice. I mean, I just love a pineapple bakery, doesn't matter what. Birthday cake isn't a huge favourite, but with pineapple, I'll allow it. Yeah, it smelled good. It's probably only medium throw. I do wish it threw better. I probably wouldn't repurchase it. I think I do prefer my pineapples to be blended with like zucchini bread. I really like a pineapple zucchini bread. Like just a denser, more prominent bakery. Don't know why, just I feel like it balances with pineapple really well. So that one's not a repurchase, but it was fine. Glitterati mango sorbet orange lace cake pineapple. So really enjoyed this. It was funny because I have this thing where I have to melt. I can only melt bakery scents in the morning. Like my brain just goes, if I'm melting, when I say morning, like through until when I change around 3 p.m. If I'm melting bakery in the evenings, my brain is just constantly like, why can I smell bakery? That's not right. It's just this stupid thing. But this scent, I sort of gave it a bit of a smell and I went, yeah, this is mostly fruity. Even though it's got orange lace cake, it's mostly fruity. I'll just melt it in the afternoon when I want some fruity. Because I don't remember the orange, like the bakery element being super strong in it when I melted it in the morning previously. But it was just so funny because melting it in the afternoon, it really smelled strongly like bakery to me, like because my nose just was picking up that orange lace cake and going like, what's that doing there in the afternoon? So yeah, I enjoyed it still, like even though my brain was like, in some ways it was kind of a good thing because my brain was noticing that more. So it was enjoyable. You don't get a huge amount of the pineapple, so it does smell kind of similar to, there's a custom of mine from K's, which is mango sorbet, orange chiffon cake, and Malibu rum cupcakes. That one, the Malibu rum cupcakes, definitely makes it different to this, but I would say these were siblings. Obviously the K one smells more bakery than that because it's got cupcakes and cake. But yeah, I like this, and if I had the chance, I would probably get this one again. Like, I really enjoy mango bakeries like that, and it threw very well. This one, with the label in the bag, at least when it fell off, I was able to salvage it. This one is Palo Santo Patchouli Black Amber Vanilla Sandalwood from L3. So, I actually weirdly didn't love this one on this melt. I have enjoyed it previously. I've talked a lot about this one because I've melted this scent a lot. I've had this scent combo now 3 times from L3. So the first time I got it was years ago, I think in like 2019 when I first was getting into wax. She did, I think it was custom chunks, and I got an extra chunk because she was pouring the custom chunk, like big chunk squares, and then you could, like, she'd pour extra and then you could buy like a single chunk. So the person whose customer it was would get a whole bag of them, and then you could buy a square. And I bought a square of it and loved it. And then I bought it again. I think someone did it as a custom in scoops the following year, and I got it as a scoop, loved it again. So then I requested it in and ready to ship, and I got 2 Bitty Betty loaves in it, and this would have been in late 2020. And it just didn't turn out the same. Like, the combo of the oils just was not the same as in the customs. So, which I still enjoyed, but not as much. And this time something was really quite not gelling with me. I think that more of the vanilla sandalwood and the Palo Santo came out in the, or maybe the Portugal. I really don't know. I don't know what the difference was. The other version seemed earthier and woodier and had more of a warmth to it. That's the only way I can describe the difference. So I would get this scent again if I could get it the same way that I had it the first time. But knowing the way L3 works, it's just, yeah. They pour things, the ratios will be different. Sometimes the oils might differ. Can't guarantee it will be the same. So, because I don't think I would get that version again. L3 Vanilla Patchouli, Vanilla Lace and Sandalwood. Love this combo. This is definitely one I'll be requesting again. It's so pretty. Like, it's woody, like sandalwoody and earthy. But the Vanilla Lace just really adds this pretty sweet, polished sort of thing to it. And I love it. This one, the sampler that this one came in, it was like an earthy sampler, I think. Really, really enjoyed it. But this one, I think, was my favourite scent from there. Or maybe the bamboo one. There was a few good scents from that sampler. So definitely very strong. Definitely want to get that one again. And then the last thing this week, Nug Champa Stainless Steel and Pipe Tobacco. This one is nice, but this one's not one that I just definitely, this is there. I probably don't need this one again. It's hard to describe, to be honest. You definitely get the smokiness and the Nug Champa. And I can smell that kind of cologne like stainless steel as well. So this was nice. It's a good take on Nug Champa, but yeah, I don't need to get it again. Very strong though, that one. That's it. That is all of the first and finished melts that I had for the week. Yeah, so I should be back at the office this week because I think I'm close to being better. So I probably won't melt as much this week. But anyway, and this week is the weather looks very heading into autumn. So I would expect to be melting a lot of that. I'm still not pulling wax boxes at the moment. I will probably go back to doing that at some point. But at this time of year, I just find that I'm really bad at predicting what I will want to melt when we're in this sort of trans-seasonal flip-flop kind of area. I just, you know, I could pick a box of smoky stuff and then all I'll actually want to melt is fruity or vice versa. So it is just easier for me at the moment just to wake up in the morning and go, I want to melt this type of scent, and then I go and find it. So, yeah. So I hope you're all doing really well. I'll talk to you all again soon.